Welcome to the recording for Spelling Bee Act 1, Scenes 3 and 4. This will take us in the script from the top of page 14 to the bottom of page 19. So we have left off with Leaf Coneybear ending his first word that he spelled. It will be kind of all Leaf being sort of hubbubby as Leaf moves from here back to his seat where he then proceeds to sit down. At this point, we have Olive being brought up. Olive, as Leaf goes back to his seat, you're going to come down and assume the microphone here. As you do that, because of the movement of the boxes here, and I apologize that I did not move them over to the start of this video, but we will basically have those sort of in place here. There we go. We will have room enough, Olive, for you to be able to take and stand. Really, you're going to be between line 3 here and line 2. This is going to be your space right in here, because we still need to keep that 12-foot distance, and so you're going to need that 12-foot distance, and we're going to have Marcy even just kind of pushing back, a little bit there. So this will really be your space. It's kind of right in that quadrant, okay, on line A between 2 and 3. And so that will be where you're going to take and go into your song. We have Chip and Schwartzy, the remaining spellers are going to take and they're going to give their commentary from their seats. As far as the audience volunteers are concerned, the audience volunteers are going to be sitting back in these particular boxes. So when they're called to come forward, they're going to take and come up and follow either line 3 or line 2 to then get into their place. That's just for you guys to be aware of. Spellers, as you're sitting down, again, remember we need to be socially distanced, but most productions will show the spellers all staying in place. The reality is that even though we are spread out, right, in these areas here, we still have the ability to take and project our character in a multitude of different ways. Okay, so keeping that in mind, as I said before, these videos are really just going to cover the blocking, but we'll talk about the character development as well in rehearsal. So audience volunteer 1, 2, and then we get into the second speller's conclusion, which the word is going to be spelled incorrectly. When the speller 2, ends up getting out, Mitch is going to come down and is going to be prepared to stay that distance away, wherever your speller is, just kind of keep that 6-foot distance. You're going to take and hand them their juice box and whatever you're going to give them. And then you are going to escort them. You're going to just kind of indicate this exit here, and you're going to send them off and down the stairs. Okay, and that will be the same direction that the spellers will take every time they go out, every time they get out. Okay, that brings us to scene 4, and that brings in Barfay. Barfay, you are going to take from your area, you're going to come over here to the microphone once the speller 2 is gone and once Mitch makes his way or her way back up to the risers. Barfay, you will come over to the mic. And when you are there, you're going to have this whole space from here all the way to here where you can take and use your magic foot. It will be within the confines mostly of your quadrant that you would have marked off with invisible tape. Okay, so you're going to work on that A line right here and have that space to do whatever you need to do. Audience volunteer 3 will come up after Barfay is done, and that takes us after the third volunteer, which we're assuming they're going to get the word right, and it's going to bring the this back to next speller, which will be Marcy. Marcy, you will just come straight forward to the microphone and you will go ahead and give your spelling. That's really all there is to scenes 3 and 4. We can follow up at rehearsal, again, talking about staging with your character. And I can also take and put out a follow-up video if that is helpful as well. So thanks. Enjoy.